Hey YouTube, I've been on a trip around California for 10 whole days and it was crazy. So we started off the trip, we left on Friday night, and if you guys follow me on Twitter then you will know the stuff that I've been up to, because I tweeted at least twice a day, like at least 2 pictures a day. So yeah, I promised and I did it. It's hand gestures and flailing. Yeah, we drove up to Klamath, California, and we, explored the redwoods. We explored the redwoods, and that was really cool, except for I was like, oh my god, Slender Man is gonna come get me, and it's really scary, oh my god. But it was really fun, and seeing the redwoods was amazing. Those trees were freaking massive trees of craziness. We were at this camp called Camp Klamath, and then, like, we were there for 3 days, I think, 3 or 4 days, and we went to this beach where we saw ocean on one side, and on the other side of the beach it was a river. And like when we were at the beach, we climbed these big rocks, and like we were watching these whales. There was like a whale, a mama whale and a baby whale, and they were like swimming together, and we saw their tails come out of the water. It was really cool. And yeah, then the last day we were in the redwoods, we were going down to San Francisco, and on our way from the woods to the city, we went down Avenue of Giants, and it's this like detour down the 101, yeah, it's this detour down the 101 where you get to like stop off and see like all of the freaking crazy huge redwoods. It was insanity. I was like, dang, these things are massive. And I have like lots of pictures on my Facebook if you're my friend and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so when we got to San Francisco, we stayed in this little tiny crappy RV camp thing. It was terrible, but we walked to the ferry. It only took like 10 minutes to get to the ferry, and we took the ferry to San Francisco by the bay. And the first day we wandered around Chinatown, where I got a bag. It's under all this crap on my chair. Bag. I got this bag because I needed something to carry my stuff in. So I got that. And my little brother got these lime green shutter shades. It's really funny. I was like, you're awesome. You're so awesome. Yeah, there's pictures of that too. And so we wandered around Chinatown the first day, and then the second day we wandered around the pier, and we went to the Bay Aquarium, and we got to touch sharks and stingrays and bat rays, and we got to touch sea cucumbers, and we got to see all the sharks and all the fish, and they had chinchillas, and they had a hedgehog, and it was like the cutest hedgehog ever, and I wanted to take it home, and I was like, I want you. He was like in the glass, he like curled up against the glass, like sleeping. I was like, you're so cute, I love it. Oh. And then there was like this really big thing, this scary like tree of doom with bees everywhere. I was like, oh, but I was like looking at him anyway. It was scary. Like lots of bees. And then we went to the wax museum, and that was interesting. What else did we do? We wandered around. There was this giant noodle, and I saw it, and I was like, oh my god, it's a giant noodle. So I took a picture of it, and then like there was a sign, and it said, for your safety, please do not climb on the big noodle. So I got a picture with that, and then on the other side of the noodle it says, you know you love it, and I was like, this is amazing. So I got a picture with that, and yeah. I was like, oh, it's a giant noodle, I love it, it's so awesome, so awesome. What? What? And yeah. And then another really cool thing that I saw on the last day that we were in San Francisco, Golden Gate Bridge, which was awesome, by the way. We drove across it, and I was like, this is so cool. And I took all these cool pictures, really good ones, and when I got home, I tried to upload them, and I was retarded and accidentally pressed delete, and I was like, no, all of my pictures. So the ones that I have on my Facebook are the ones that my mom took, and my mom really failed. And like, you can see like the inside of the RV, and they're like all crooked. And I'm like, it looks terrible. Mine were better. But yeah, that was cool. And so like on our way back from San Francisco to this Walmart that we stayed the night at, we stopped at the Winchester Mystery House, or Mystery Mansion, and it's the one where Sarah Winchester, she went to a psychic after her husband died, and she told her that she had to buy a house in the country and just keep building it until she died and never stop. So we went to that house, and we took the mansion tour, and then we took the behind the scenes tour, and it was really cool. Like, there were doors to nowhere. Like, there was a door that like led to a 2-story drop outside, and then there were windows like in the floor, and then there were like windows into walls, and like I guess that Sarah Winchester was obsessed with the number 13, so like everything had 13s. Like, if you counted like everything, pretty much everything had 13. Like, there were rooms with 13 windows, there were rooms with like 13 panels of like wood. And she was really freaking rich. Oh my gosh, when her husband died, she got like, I think they said that she got like $3 million when her husband died, and she got a daily salary of $1,000, and back then that was freaking a lot of money. So she was like totally rich and crazy. The steps were like this tall. Like, they're called like low risers. So like, there'd be a step, and then there'd be a step here, and then there'd be a step here. So we were like all tripping, and then there's like these weird door things. It was just crazy. It was crazy. So on our way back, we stopped and spent the night at Walmart, and I got more silly bands. I got dinosaurs. I have a really cute Triceratops, which, by the way, I guess Triceratops weren't even like real. They were just like a baby dinosaur. They're a baby version of a Taurosaurus, and I'm like, what is this? This is blasphemy. Everything I know is a lie. Anyways, next day we were going home, and we were like almost there, and we stopped at the La Jolla Indian Reservation for one more night of camping. There were too many bees. Oh my god, there were bees everywhere. But there was this like little creek thing, and like you could get a floaty and like float down it, and my mom totally like either broke or sprained her foot. I don't know, but I'm like, you're dumb. Why did you do that? But yeah, it was fun despite all of the horrible bees everywhere. And then on the way home, there were 2 bees in the motorhome, and I was like, bees, and like I was sitting there like listening to my iPod, just like watching as we're driving down like almost home, and my brother taps me on the shoulder, and he's like, there's a bee, and I was like, oh. So it was in my mom's room, so I like locked the door, and I was like, okay. So I'm like listening to my music, and I'm like, la 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 la, and he's like, oh my god, and I'm like, what do you want? And he's like, there's another bee, and I was like, oh. And it was like by the door, and it was just sitting on the floor, so I grabbed the fly swat, and I had my jacket on, so I like tightened it, so like all you could see was this part of my face, and I was like, and I like threw a little wet nap thing over it, but it started climbing on the wall, so I was like, oh my god. So I got the fly swat, and I'm like trying to hit it, but then my aunt called me, so I'm like, yeah, like hard, not even listening to her. I don't even know what she's saying, because I'm like focusing on this freaking bee that's like trying to escape. I was like, oh god, I must have hit that thing like 50 times. I was like, the bee needs to die. Scary bee. Yeah, he was pretty hardcore. Yep. But yeah, we just got home yesterday. It has been a really, really, really long week. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm glad to be home. And I guess that's it. Yeah. I'm gonna go now, because this is like a really long video and stuff. I'll talk to you guys next week. I love you. I love you. I love you. Bye.